these nuts are all rotten.
They're from the garden.
I know they're from the
He's
garden.
a dick.
No, he's not.
He's
One of
60,
them
he's
is
too
edible.
old for you.
60 is not
I'm
old.
60.
I know you're 60, I'm 60, I'm fucking old, and so are you.
You finished your pasta.
Oh, we're both old, yes, I finished my pasta. I don't want any more. What the hell did you put on that?
Smoked roe.
Oh, it's like being fucked in the face by a crab.
Did you know he's never forgiven his dad for circumcising
Oh,
him?
brilliant, that's horrific.
And what's so bad about that?
What's so bad about that? Every time he takes his prick out to take a pee, he hates his father.
Ah, another one!
You are boring. I got them off the lawn. They're absolutely fine.
Right, the ones even the squirrels wouldn't eat.
Yeah, Mom, there are a few rotten ones.
He's full of the post-colonial horse shit.
Here's one that's okay. Here you go.
Oh, you say
Thank
something
you.
nice about my book, I say something
Perfect.
nice about yours, the Coral Reef School of Criticism, we all
Almost.
stick together.
Ambassador, you spoil us with your rotten nuts.
Are you making fun of your mother?
In a nutshell, yes.
I won't have it. He married some dusky lady and then he ran off with another one. He is a potato-nosed prick. I just can't believe you're falling for that bagel.
He's got a good word for everyone.
Well, he was nice to me.
Oh, I bet he was.
He seemed interested in what I had to say.
Well, you know what they say, there's no such thing as a boring pussy.
Fuck you.
Where'd you meet him?
Natalie's christening. I was singing. It was full of people wandering around.
Thinking, what the fuck am I doing
He's
here?
a drunk and a womanizer.
That's not fair, Christopher. He's trying to get a new job.
Oh, so now he's teetotal and impotent.
Have you had some nuts, Billy?
Have you read his fucking
Oh,
book?
shut up, Dad!
Oh, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna read you a passage, and that'll put you off him.
Why don't you tell who I fall for?
Because you're my son, not my daughter.
Is that why she got braces? Why did I ever get braces?
Because they loved me and they did love you, and that's why you have promiscuous sex and hate me.
Don't be silly. Daniel, you need to clear your stuff out of Billy's room. Now he's back.
Yeah, Dan, the amount of porn you got is truly epic.
I need the space.
The thetic or mirror stage of development is Lacanian, where the soul gets coherent and acquires language. Which means, before you look in a mirror, you are a jigsaw with a nervous breakdown.
We get it, Dad.
Without
Dad,
language,
Dad, just stop.
without language, our thoughts would die. I thought I was gonna die. Billy got his aids in? Billy, sweetheart, are they on?
I thought it was interesting.
Christ, did you?
By the time you got to the end of it.
Well, how did you stay alive till then?
Why don't we buy everything sumo size in this house?
Hey, hey!
Who doesn't like orange juice? Nobody in the whole fucking world, that's who.
Hi. No, hi. We were just arguing. Hang on. Poor reception.
Billy, welcome home. Join in, have an argument. Was that her?
Yeah, I think they're back on.
Oh. Is he smoking pot again?
I don't know.
Which means obvious. It's obvious means yes. Oh, Christ. When is he going to move out again? Why am I surrounded by my children again? When are they all gonna fuck off?
He just got back from university.
I'm not talking about Billy. Billy is pleasant. I am talking about the parasites. You and Daniel. Start writing your novels. Now.
No, Dad, no, not the fucking Chinese lesson, no. Dad, come on, I felt
Nancy.
If you're doing it, I'm leaving.
What are you talking
It's
about?
like having a TV on the table and no one can get a word in edgewise, okay?
Oh, how else am I gonna learn?
Do it somewhere else, not right here.
What are you all talking about?
Well, I have to listen to this.
Honestly, Daniel. Well, thank you very much.
Rip.
Help me clear.
I hate us all living here again.
What happened?
Nothing. Dad was being annoying. Again.
That's just fine. Leave it. Leave
Hi. Yeah. Alone. Yeah.
Issues.
Sorry. Me. I don't. Sorry.
Oh, I thought, sorry. Ha,
No.
I'm Sylvia.
Billy.
You didn't understand anything I just said? Ah, you didn't miss anything. Do I seem drunk?
Yes.
Damn. I thought I seemed impressively sober. But freeload! Everyone else is. It's quite a party. There's jugglers out there. There's a woman on stilts. Ooh, you should check her out. I saw a little boy looking up her skirt. A kink is born. He'll spend the rest of his life trying to recreate it.
But the high heels will never be quite high enough.
Right. Wow, you're lip reading. It's shit hot.
You come across quite clear. No, I don't
Oh,
sign.
right.
Parents, both hearing.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm not that screwed up. Are you an interpreter?
No, just fluent in sign. Both my parents are deaf.
Are you?
No. I just thought that everyone's parents spoke like that. Oh, Sylvia, we're gonna go to the store. You hungry? Until I lost my mom at the supermarket, and then I realized.
Just like I thought everyone's parents walked around in the nude shouting at each other.
They do. I saw you weren't talking to anyone.
Oh, they're all. Everyone seems to know everyone.
Yeah. It's a really small world. It's kind of like a clique of high school girls.
Show me
What?
some sign.
This is, F, L, O, W, E, R. Finger spelling, sign poem,
Wow.
F,
F.
L, O, W. No, you gotta go through. Oh, Che Guevara. Cool.
Have it.
What?
I said have it. Present.
Sorry, I still don't understand. Other people have just stopped making sense, that's all. I still get a lot. Vowels and the low frequencies like your voice I can still hear. It just doesn't make sense anymore. I can't get the consonants.
Since when?
You know, if you fingerspell the first letter of each word, I need signposts. You know, I get caught out bluffing and then I drown very quickly.
I know. So do I. Bluffing? Why don't you wear hearing aids?
Because I don't want to. Yeah.
That's why you didn't hear my voice was that.
You know, it's fine. I saw it happen to my sister first. When she was 17, it was passed down from our parents. There was a chance it wouldn't, but you know, genetic. It started a year ago. It's going all the time now. Pretty soon, it'll all be gone. I'm not deaf yet, though.
Just in denial.
Denial's great.
It's amazing what you can get away with if you smile enough.
Yeah, I find the word really comes in handy.
Really?
I should go back in. I'll get something to nibble on.
Don't go.
Well, come.
I'm scared of jugglers. What? To be or not to be?
You can't really do that.
You're kidding.
No, you'd probably nail it down to one meaning. To live or to die. It's hard to be ambiguous.
What if you want to be ambiguous?
Give me an example.
We have chemistry.
The more ambiguous something is, the harder it is to get across.
Like what?
I love my boyfriend to death. I could say it, but it's not what I would sign because, literally speaking, it's not true. I should go back in. I don't know what to say now.
Sorry.
No, it's 5.
You'll get used to it.
What? You're lucky. You don't know what you're missing.
Sorry. I didn't get that last bit.
Language is radically indeterminate.
That is much better in this.
Ultimately, language is worthless.
Maybe if I used a needle. I think it might be a bit of glass.
Mom, please.
Go on, I'm listening.
We're prisoners of our own subjectivity. The subjectivity of our own perceptions.
Did you clear your stuff out of Billy's room yet?
Christ! It's a whole different set of rules.
Man.
It's true. It would suit Dad just fine if Billy never left home doing the friggin' lawn for him. But we're endlessly nagged.
Dan, this is not about you moving out. You're shifting the parameters of the argument again. All I said was clear your stuff out of Billy's room.
Why?
Because he's back. He needs his space. You have a perfectly good room of your own and you've colonized his with all your crap. Anyway, I'm not discussing it. Go on, I'm listening.
Language doesn't determine meaning. We have words, but they are tokens. They are a pale photocopy of life. Ow!
Sorry.
That fucking hurts.
What are you talking about?
In my thesis, how can you convey a nexus of feelings with words. Don't jab it like that!
How did you get it anyway?
I have no idea. It was just suddenly there. What's up, Billy?
What?
Something up with you?
No, nothing.
Keep staring off into space.
You are very quiet today, Billy. Is something the matter?
Mom, I need your help.
Oh, for Christ's sake, we are in the middle of something here.
So I see. Mom is doing your splinter waiting on you literally hand and foot. Okay, so I googled it, but it's only come up in French. Can you help me translate? Redis à mon tendre.
God awful warbling.
Let's see.
You just we need a musical fucking interlude.
Oh, well, I have been waiting for a pause in the bullshit, but there hasn't been one, so.
It just makes me feel depressed. It fills me with a deep depression.
I know how you feel. Language is worthless. Language is worthless. I could hear it all the way in the kitchen.
My heart opens to your voice like the flowers to the dawn. I don't know what the next bit means.
It doesn't mean anything. It means
Mom,
that's what it means.
Can you tell him to stop? He's been like this ever since I started getting gigs.
Gigs? It was a fucking church hall. You're not Mick Jagger.
I am Mick Jagger. 35 people came.
Oh yeah, and you'll be swatting around for the next week, enameled with triumph. Has anyone else noticed that she can't go anywhere without a soundtrack suddenly? You're not in a film. You're not Amelie.
You are not in competition with each other.
It would be like that Aida in the bar all over again. You know, the one where the lighting was so dim I thought I'd finally gone blind from jerking. Togas, mottled arms, scary teeth. What did they do with their faces?
They did very well, Dan.
No, they did not!
Why are you upset?
Why would you do opera in a bar? I'll tell you why. Because you're butt ugly, that's why.
Oh, well, that's me told.
Dan is not upset. Let me see if I can find a translation.
Maybe Ruth is in a film. Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you, near and far, wherever you are.
Okay.
He's upset.
No, you big
Go on. Put us out of our misery. Go, well, last night did it? Audience liked it? Like one long blowjob?
Yes, they did.
They swallowed.
Fuck you!
Why is there suddenly an
Because
argument?
I'm fed up with him baiting me.
I'm fed up with her enameled of triumph.
Why do you keep using that phrase?
Because I think it's very accurate.
Oh, well, I thought language was worthless.
When are you going to realize that perfect pitch doesn't mean you've got a personality?
You know what, Dan? I used to really like you, but you've become such a shit since you've gone home. Just because Billy puts up with it doesn't mean that I'm going to deal with
The
it.
blossoms tremble on the gentle breeze. So does my heart tremble, longing for your voice to come to me. How dear your voice is to me.
Cool.
Opera.com.
Well done, Billy.
What's it about?
Delilah is seducing Samson. Delilah is a Philistine, so she's on the other side.
Oh my God. You're not going to sing it in English, are you?
Why else do you think I wanted the fucking translation?
It's fridge poetry, slumber, tremble, ecstasy.
Yeah, if you're gonna argue, slow down.
What? I've sucked 1,000 cocks.
You're not as together really. Text, subtext, ironies,
Sorry,
layers.
you're
You
gonna
have
have
to
to say
understand
that
the
again.
lyrics
Something
as
about
well
your
as
voice.
sounds. You
Just
understand the
stop
irony when she's
listening.
making it.
I'm
Fuck you, Dan.
They're arguing about opera.
Oh my God, I don't want to get involved. Maria Callas looking her tits around the universe for Janis Joplin every time. And you, stop stealing my socks. You rip them out with your horrible big toes. You're gonna live here by your own.
Daniel, what's great about opera is that it creates feelings that you can't put into words.
Bullshit. You don't know what feelings are until you put them into words.
I thought you weren't getting involved.
Why do we have pear juice instead of orange juice?
For a change!
Why? It's fucking horrible. It's full of bits and grit and tennis court. That's the whole point of art is putting feelings into words so you know how to feel them.
Opera is just a bunch of people listening to something they don't understand, feeling vaguely emotional, pleased with themselves. It's a bit like being drunk.
Oh, look at this idea. Look at my thesis that I found in my pocket. That other people have already linked and it's a really old idea and it's nothing new and that's not a very effective way of arguing.
Actually, it is.
All right, listen to me. I'm musical too. Let's invert the chords. Okay.
got a G on the top, we got A on the top, and C on the top.
That's what it's like being in this fucking family! Who's on fucking top?
It's all right, Dan. Dan's upset.
I'm not being. I'm not upset. God, for Christ's sake. I'm not upset.
What's going on?
Nothing. This fucking Splinter is killing me.
Sorry.
What the fuck was that about?
Told her he was upset.
Oh my god.
Ruth, you need to be nicer to
How
him.
was I supposed to know?
It's hard for him being home again.
It's hard for me being at home again.
Well, why don't you fuck off? Why is he writing a thesis?
Because he wants to be an academic.
Well, he's not an academic. Oh, it's perfectly obvious he should be a stand-up comedian.
Oh, for God's sake.
Well, his impressions are
He
brilliant.
doesn't want to do impressions. He wants to prove himself.
Who to?
Himself.
Why? Why doesn't he stick to the funny stuff? That's what he's good at.
He's upset about Haley.
Smoking pot.
Oh, Christ. No.
Have you read his thesis? I started it. I couldn't finish it.
Neither could I.
He's trying to find his voice.
Well, he's speaking in the wrong language. Why are we all whispering?
I don't fucking know.
He needs to get a job.
He talks to you, Billy. What happened with Haley?
What?
With Haley?
What's
Are your
wrong?
batteries
Your
going?
batteries are going in your aids.
Oh,
Haley, what did Dan tell you?
nothing. I just saw it on his face. I think they split up again.
Oh.
Christ, why can't you move a step in this house without an argument starting?
Because we love each other.
Yeah, like a straight jacket.
All right.
Dan, I'm sorry if I offended you.
All right. Wait just a minute. When he accidentally tastes the dragon's blood spilt on his hands, Siegfried understands the song of a wood bird who informs him of a woman asleep in a ring of fire.
Well, of course that's silly. It's Wagner.
Yes!
Oh, Daniel, regarding Haley, you're better off out of it, even if it does mean you have to live back here again. I mean, when you spending time with her, your IQ visibly
It
halved.
was like a possession.
And you even started to talk like her.
Haley? Haley? Haley?
All right. I'm not going to say any more, and neither should anyone else, because they'll probably get back together again.
You loot your fucking gene pool? Let's face it, nobody's good enough for anyone in this family.
Hey, between these four walls, I'll have honesty. The girl was a southern twat. She had the charisma of a bus stop.
Dad! Leave it!
Dad,
I met someone. I met this girl.
That's lovely.
What girl?
She's going deaf. She comes from a deaf family. They all sang. I met them.
Have you kissed her?
thank you. A sensible conversation.
She's got a boyfriend,
What's her name?
Sylvia. When I met her, something just fell into place there.
Say again?
It was like something switched on in my mind.
Voice going, batteries, hearing aids.
She reminded you of someone?
I don't see the one.
Billy. Consonants.
When I met her, something just lit in my head. It was like a light be lit in my mind. I don't see the one. I wanted to tell you.
You like her?
Hey, I just texted you. There is no reception there.
Right.
I only just got it, sorry.
It's okay.
How come you up?
Couldn't sleep. Where were you?
With Sylvia?
What were you doing?
Dad, I'm feeling bad.
Why? No reason to feel bad. I just texted you and you didn't answer. No reason to feel bad.
Sorry. Can you switch off the radio? It just contaminates. It's just this buzz.
Sorry.
It means I can't pick out what you're saying.
I wasn't saying anything.
Your face looks funny.
Someone's shouting my name.
Like how?
Dan, 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 Dan. Dan, Dan, Dan. Like that. Pretty unimaginative.
Right now?
That's why I had the radio on.
You know why?
No, there's never any trigger.
Did it wake you up?
No, I was already awake. Look, if I talk about it, it makes it worse. Tell me about Sylvia.
And who are the voices?
What?
Who are the voices?
Mom?
Do you know them? I mean,
Yeah. Dad. Nana sometimes. Family, basically.
what do they say?
That I'm a bad person, that I'm wasting my life. It's really limited and really general. Probably because it's my subconscious coming up with it.
But isn't,
Yeah.
are they accurate?
Yeah. Very accurate. It's really loud and personal tonight. I don't ever get you weirdly. You're thinking about her again, aren't you?
No.
I can see it on your face. Is that fucking obvious? Silly Billy. You look happy.
I'm sorry.
No, it's
I
great.
can't help it.
Yeah, it's great. When are you gonna let us meet him?
Dad, all this week, I was trying to remember her face in my head. In the end, it was like I wore it out. Like I photocopied it too many times.
Right. Has she dumped her boyfriend yet?
I don't know.
Right.
Why do you keep saying right?
No reason.
What is it?
Look. I really don't want to piss on this, you know? Being honest with you now, Billy. But it's like you switched off your brain or something. These borrowed sort of emotions. I'm sorry. However I say it, it's gonna sound horrible. I just don't want you to get hurt. Just make sure you keep a little bit of yourself separate.
What do you mean?
You give someone your heart, and they leave it on the bus, and it gets walked on. That's all. You know when people say, I love you for who you are? There's no such thing. Because you are how talented you are, how clever you are, how quick you are. And then that changes. Sometimes you're stupid. Love doesn't last. You wouldn't know about it. What? Don't look depressed. What's wrong? You met someone you like. Fantastic. At last.
I thought you'd be pleased.
I am pleased. It's great. It's fantastic. I put the radio back on now and just block them out. You know, whenever I dream about us, we're always 10 years old. Well done, Billy. 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 Billy.
The expression "I feel low." I do feel low. I need to lay the fuck down because this is gonna be a disaster.
Ruth has been a heroin addict now for 13 years. Today is an average
Shut
day.
up! They're gonna be here any minute and they're behaving like children.
Why are they arguing?
I think it's about the novel. Dad read the first chapter and he doesn't like it.
You cannot call the Iron Curtain the fairest veil. There's nothing more effete than titivating a cliche.
Fuck you, Christopher.
Oh. Want to be a writer? You've got to take
I
criticism.
am fed up with being shouted at.
Well, then write better.
She said last night she doesn't know why they're still together.
Mind you, she's inventively pessimistic.
Have you read it?
No, apparently it's about a fucked up family.
I wonder where she got that from. How to Mend a Broken Heart? I thought it was about a therapist.
Yeah, now it's about a marriage breakdown.
Don't, Dan.
Yeah, don't, Dan. I agree. I should be lavishing this attention on the clitoris. I'm young. I'm fertile. How come the only people getting any sex in this house are over 50? I'm not gonna turn the fucking heat on.
These veins on the side of my nostrils.
Yeah. So have I. You can't do anything about them. We get them from Mom.
So I realized the other day, Dad's bored by me.
So he's got a low boredom threshold. Bored by me too.
Right.
You're not gonna cry, are you?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Is that the laughter to stave off?
No,
tears?
because Dad's bored by me because what I do has nothing to do with writing.
At least he's not constantly nagging you to get a job.
At least he notices you.
He notices you.
Yeah, when he disapproves of my boyfriend.
Well, that's because he loves you, isn't it?
Abusively.
Well, abusive love's all that's on offer here. They're back and selling for some guy who's 50 shades of beige.
I gotta get out. I feel like a fucking bonsai tree, you know? I bet Billy's getting laid. Apparently, this chick is teaching him sign.
Teaching him sign? Jesus, why?
Why? What's so bad about learning sign? I think it's kind of sexy.
Sign? Fuck! Why doesn't she leave him alone? He's fine the way he is. He's been fine all his life. Why do people always want to change other people? I mean, does he want to learn sign? Just because he's deaf?
Dan, don't!
No, he told me. He told me he hated the deaf stuff he went to. That's why he avoids it. Christ! It's so conventional. Join the club like a fucking religion. You're deaf, so you gotta learn how to sign? Bossing him around.
Dan, don't. And don't tell Dad. You know what he's gonna be like about it.
No, I'm not having him bully you. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy for him. I'm fucking happy that he's found someone at last. It's amazing. Yes, well done. But I'm not having him being dominated. Hector! That mustn't happen.
Only by you.
Look, he's deaf. He's been a bit sheltered. I'm just worried that, you know, the iron grip of a pussy.
Do you think they're boning?
Why does she have to be deaf? They are obviously a nightmare.
Dan, stop it. Anyway, look, he's doing better than us.
Nothing happening to old what's-his-face? You need to bug him. Persistence pays.
No, men can bug women, not vice versa.
No, bullshit. You gotta bug him. You're obviously not bugging him. You're not a bugger. I'm gonna train you up.
How's Haley?
Fuck Haley.
Right. So we're back to your idea of me. Again. Welcome to it.
Oh, for Christ's
Do
sake.
you look at me and you see Danielle Steele?
No, I don't. You look nothing like Danielle Steele.
60. So you think what I'm doing is knitting. Narrative scarf and booties for my grandchildren is patronizing.
What fucking grandchildren?
Oh, for God's sake.
What fucking grandchildren? From these nutnicks?
just want to know what he said about me. I mean, what's he told her? I bet he told her I was self-obsessed.
Yeah. A rotten one? Apparently, she wanted to know why we'd never learned signs.
Well, why would we? Why would we learn signs?
For Billy?
None of her business, Jesus. Why should she be telling you all of this?
He doesn't belong to you.
Yes, he does! He does belong to me. Until I'm gonna hate her.
You don't know that. You might
All
love her.
I am saying is you have to resist the cliche. It's sloppy and it's vague and you sound like the Irish novelist, the staves of light fell across the bar.
Patronizing. And
It
what
is the
more
literary equivalent of
snobbish.
underscoring. It is poetic writing.
Writing
It's
is
fine
not a
writing.
hierarchy.
It's Costco
And I'm
writing.
not going to wear it.
It's a fine piece of clothing.
It's completely unsuitable. I'm not going to wear it.
Stop arguing, start talking. Anatomy of an argument? Cycle of destructiveness.
Tell your mother to wear the fucking kimono.
Don't wear the fucking kimono, you look silly.
The poor girl.
No,
You think
no,
we're-
who gives a shit about this girl? Can we have a little less conventionality, please?
Yeah, wear the fucking kimono for Christ's sake.
It is completely on.
I'm too old for it. You wear it.
No. When you're old is exactly when you should wear a kimono. When you're old and incontinent, I want you incontinent in a kimono.
I'm going to go get changed. They'll be here in a minute. I suggest you pull yourselves together.
Oh, Christ. What have you two been doing all this time? Root figs.
Yes?
Put pepper on them.
No?
Dan, why?
So were you arguing about the novel or the kimono?
Both. Put pepper on the figs.
Why?
Putting pepper on figs brings out the flavor. Kimono was the subtext. The novel was the context. Who made these knives?
Me?
Well, they're fucking horrible.
It's a special occasion. We need horrible knives.
How deaf is she?
Not as deaf as Billy, but worse at lip reading, apparently.
Oh. And I've noticed that the greenhouse has basically become your ashtray. Stop doing that. You tell me to shut up.
Fine. Shut up.
Thank you. Stop smoking in the greenhouse.
I'll just take these antidepressants to get through the night.
How are your voices?
I don't want to talk about them. Thanks.
Okay.
All right. Where shall I put Sylvia?
Well, she's gonna need to be able to lip read us, so maybe.
I should put Sylvia and Billy separately so they cannot confer.
Yeah, she's been teaching him signs. They'll probably start signing to each other.
What?
Dan?
Making him learn signs?
Yes. Isn't it lovely? I was so pleased when I heard it.
Why? It's a fucking terrible idea. Next thing you know, he'll be banging on about the bloody deaf community.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that? Oh, basing your identity on whether you're deaf is like basing your personality on whether you went to Harvard or whether you root for the Red Sox or the Yankees. If what constitutes our identity becomes ideological,
Well done, Dan.
Learning for her. This has nothing to do with the Red Sox or the Yankees. This has to do with him and her and nobody else. Can we all stop being so possessive? People do things for the people they love. Like me, wearing a bloody kimono.
exactly my point. It's like a marriage. It isn't a marriage if it's open, is it? Unless it's me and only me, it isn't love. Forsaking all others. Like any cult, it's based on exclusion. A sect has to have its enemy. Or maybe I shouldn't have said sect. Cult? Is cult better? The feeling of persecution
Hey,
is built
persecuted.
in. No, it's about them feeling persecuted.
Who?
The deaf, the fucking Muslims of the handicapped world. The feeling of persecution is necessary.
Can we just leave it? Billy doesn't feel persecuted.
Well, Billy's not deaf.
Billy is
Billy
deaf.
is
No, he is not. He was raised in a hearing house. He has been protected from all that shit. I am talking about the hardliners, the capital D deaf, the ones that call us artists.
You have no idea if this girl is a hardliner or not. All he's doing is learning another language. You gave Haley a hard time for being Southern, and now you're giving this girl a hard time for signing? No one's ever good enough, are they?
It's true, Dad, and it's especially
Making
hard
deafness
for
the
me
center
as
of
the
your
older-
existence is like being a Southern belle, where the flaw becomes part of the personality.
Christopher, what the hell has being Southern got to do with
Because
anything?
he's obsessed with it.
No, I'm not, but it's just obvious to me that no one in this house has anything in common with anyone who came from Chapel Hill.
Except for you and the fact you were born there.
Yes, I should know, because I escaped.
So you'd exclude anyone who came from Chapel Hill from this house?
Yes, I would. I have no sentimentality, none.
As you told Haley at length when she came for dinner.
Haley was from Savannah, and she needed to be told, and I enjoyed telling her. And if you ask me, that is what signing is, the South.
Signing is the South?
A confluence of two prejudices.
Yes, the South. A whole lot of fake joviality, a construct of personality.
Really? I always thought the signing persona was a bit Jewish.
Man, that's not nice.
We're Jewish, I'm allowed.
Be nice to the poor girl, that's all I ask.
Yeah, let Sylvia get the same treatment as Haley. Dad being nice.
Oh, I refuse to be blamed for the fact that it didn't work out with that bimbo.
Be quiet. 'Cause I think that's the only thing.
Oh, it's okay, we can carry on, they're deaf.
They may be deaf, they're not stupid.
Well, it is possible to be deaf and stupid, you know.
Hello! Thank you.
Well, Sylvia, it is a pleasure to meet you. You may think this is a dressing gown, but you'd be wrong. It's a kimono.
Not give you a drink. This over here is Daniel, and he's writing a thesis. We all ironize. Red or white. No, sit down, please. This is Ruth. She sings.
Sorry?
I sing.
Oh, you're a singer?
Well, a performer,
As of
really.
about 3 weeks ago.
What kind of singing do you do?
The awful kind.
Opera.
That must be great.
It is. I really love it.
What are you singing in at the moment?
Of course.
The magic flute. The magic flute. I'm in one of the sects, the Masonic.
Of course.
You're a writer too?
Yes, late in life, but I'm writing a detective novel.
A detective.
Why shouldn't I? It's a marriage breakdown detective novel. Who's done the murder yet? I'm gonna decide at the end and then put all the clues in. That's what Agatha Christie did. I'm finding I'm having to do a lot of inventing.
No shit, Sherlock.
And what I'm finding, it's all about empathy.
What did you say?
Oh, I was saying I have to think myself into my characters' heads.
Billy said you were a writer too.
In a manner of speaking.
Wow, so you're all artists?
Yeah, it's a word we try not to use. Creative.
Apart from Billy, that is.
What do you do?
Well, I used to teach, but now I write books. Books.
Oh,
Books.
Books.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of books?
The argumentative sort.
I think you mean critical.
No, I mean argumentative.
And you both live at home as well?
Yeah, it's pretty unnatural, isn't it?
Yes, they tried the outside world, they couldn't cope.
No, you mean Daniel couldn't cope without Billy.
Hmm.
It's kind of like the crocodile and the little bird that pits his teeth. What's it called?
Fuck off.
What do you do, Sylvia?
I manage Unites for a Charities, fundraising. Deaf Acts?
Ah, a deaf charity.
And what lovely flowers! Daniel, pour the wine. Ruth, go and get a vase. Sylvia, are you a vegetarian? Because I was going to make seitan empanadas.
Oh, why? That's right, you have too much seitan, you become, Satanist?
but I've made shepherd's pie.
Ah. There, Sylvia, have a fig.
And have some wine.
Sorry.
You okay?
All comes of putting pepper on one's face. Stupid thing to do.
Are your parents this annoying?
What?
I'm sorry, Sylvia.
No, I got it. I get a lot. Thank you.
So, how did you and Billy meet?
We met at an exhibition.
When? What exhibition?
This deaf artist.
Oh, deaf artist. Any good?
She's pretty untalented.
We made fun of her work together.
Nothing more uniting for two people than bitching about a third.
Yes, it is in us from the egg, the playground, the essence of the club.
It's true. Daniel was bullied at school because of his stammer. And when the
Mom,
teachers-
I know you're desperate to make conversation, but let's not start on that. Vin!
Sorry, my hand is shaking because I have an essential tremor, not because I'm nervous. Although I am nervous.
Oh, no need to be nervous. We're all nervous.
So, do you go to a lot of these deaf events, Sylvia?
Yeah, with the job, Sylvia gets a lot of invites.
Ah. Do you like them? Deaf events? What's it like? The community.
The community?
Yeah, the deaf community. The deaf community.
Hierarchical.
Oh, no, Sylvia,
I understand. It's hierarchical.
hierarchical how?
Well, I'm not deaf from birth, so that makes me less good than someone who is. But I come from a very deaf family, so that makes me more kosher. Billy is at the top of the pile because he's deaf from birth, kind of like a cradle Catholic is better than a convert. But when he didn't know any sign, that kind of took him down a few notches again.
God.
And everyone has slept with everyone.
All right, that's interesting. It's a bit of a nightmare, huh?
Oh, it's not that much fun being around hearing people anymore either. No offense.
And why not?
Oh, the way they very politely let you know just how inconvenient it is. People yelling into your ear no matter how many times you tell them, so you literally have to stick their face in front of you, and they don't realize how obvious it is on their faces when they don't like you.
Oh,
Mom, just because it
Doesn't
rings.
mean you have to answer it.
I'm sorry about this. Hello? Oh, hi. How are you? Really? A free kettle? Oh, Zach, that sounds great. No. Oh, how fun. No, that sounds great. It sounds lovely. Oh, yeah? This weekend? Well, I'll have to ask Christopher, but I'm gonna say yes, Zach. Yes. No, unless you hear otherwise from me, it's a yes. We will. Okay, love to everybody. Okay, bye. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, God. I don't think I want to do this.
Why do you do it, Mom?
Why did you have to agree to it?
It's lovely.
No, I never say that.
Oh, sorry, Sylvia. Zach is,
No, I'm not having it. We spend our whole time being nasty about other people. It's cliquey and it's horrible and I won't have it.
Why? I think we should laugh at everyone. I think everybody should be laughed at. I think the Jews should be laughed at. I think the Irish should be laughed at. I think the Southerners should be laughed at. I think
Writers?
everybody should be laughed at, but especially those who believe in God. Now, what I don't understand is why his parents haven't teased him out of being kosher.
Because they don't want to be mean to their son.
Why not?
Because he's their son.
So what?
You know, why shouldn't he be religious? It's a scary universe out there. If you're part of the group, it's easier.
Oh, but that's what you have to fight against. Don't be part of the group. If someone tells a joke about George Bush, they've got to be stupid. What do you think, Sylvia?
Don't even bother answering.
The majority is always wrong, right?
Ignore him.
It all started when Zach married some religious nut, and like a fool decided to procreate. And now he has the status of a pushchair, and what does he get in return? Rebecca.
A very sadomasochistic, violent relationship with bouts of amazing sex. I must try it sometime. He has a gay walk. Dan, do the gay walk.
The man redefines the meaning of the word uxoriousness.
What is uxoriousness?
Husband.
Wifely.
Oh, I always thought it meant sort of over the top.
In Zach's case, it does.
Zach's wife, Rebecca, is a... No, honey, stop warningly squeezing my shoulder. I am going through with this. A supremely unattractive woman. Why anyone would want to stick their cock into that cement mixer, I have no idea. Stop squeezing my shoulder.
It's a cement mixer, it's a metaphor. Dad likes using metaphors. Do it again, Billy.
Yes,
Wow.
he really got the essence of Rebecca.
Just don't I translate it.
No, that's great.
Sylvia still to pick up.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you speak or sign with your parents?
Sign.
You're going a bit too fast.
No, sorry. Because I was hearing, I'm not as good at lip reading.
Oh, that's all right, that's fine. I think Haley could have probably done with an interpreter too.
Haley, Dan's ex-girlfriend. Dan was going out with the girl with the huge conch.
Huge cock?
Conk, nose.
But, I mean, Haley probably had a huge cock, too. I mean, she's basically dad, but in a bra.
It's true. We all marry our parents, or turn into them. You fall for dull men who are versions of me, and you started whistling like Grandpa.
I have not.
No, you have, actually. You whistled 3 times yesterday.
Correct, did I?
Mhm.
Are you anything like your parents, Sylvia?
Do I like my parents?
No. Are you like your parents?
Well, they're deaf. Sorry, was the question?
Your parents are deaf from birth,
Yes,
and you're going deaf.
yes. I'm turning into my parents.
Can you say anything you like in sign?
You can. You're amazing at it.
Billy.
I always thought it was basically broken English.
No, it's got its own grammatical rules.
Like what?
Oh, well, you know, you wouldn't say, who's that fat man? You would say, fat man.
So it is broken English.
No, only if you translate it literally. If you translated any language literally, it would sound like broken English.
Okay. So you can say anything, you can translate anything, really?
Yes, I think so.
How would you say she's a bit of a moron? How would you say she doesn't know what she's talking about? How would you say her mind is like a plastic bag flapping out of a car window? What was that last bit? Is she talking about me?
Could be paranoid.
You can say anything you want in sign if you're as good as Sylvia.
What about poetry? Poetry.
Poetry? Oh, yeah, of course.
Like what?
Give me something to say.
My heart is a boat on a rough, rough sea. Headlong through space. From morn to noon he fell.
Oh.
From noon
Noon
to dewy eve. A summer's day. My heart belongs to you.
Sylvia, I taught Billy how to speak.
When I first met Billy, his lip reading, I was amazed.
Sylvia says I can use it to get a job.
What?
How?
Lip reading for the court.
Yeah, you look at surveillance videos for trials and you tell them what they're saying on the tape.
It's a skill, because I can do half face and even a bit of quarter face. Of course, it's easier if you know the person. She said I'm really good, and you get paid, and I can move out. Get a place with Sylvia.
Wow.
Sounds wonderful.
Billy's never had a job.
When I first met Billy, I didn't realize he was deaf. His lip reading was so good.
Yeah, well, we didn't raise Billy as handicapped, we raised him as if he could hear. Although to be fair, some deaf people would say that is raising him as handicapped.
Dad, don't stir.
No, I think they would say that being deaf isn't a handicap, it's being in a linguistic minority.
Mm.
No, being deaf is a handicap. If you're going from hearing to deaf like I am, life is worse deaf. Though I think if you're born deaf, it might be different.
It's funny, because Billy has always been deaf. He can't really explain what it's like, because he's in it.
But you're in both worlds. You're in both worlds.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that.
No, I mean, you're in a unique situation.
So, if you are in both worlds, you can tell us which language is better.
What?
Which is better, sign or speech?
Why does one have to be better?
Because it will be. I mean, Sylvia, let's be honest now. Let's not be pious for a second.
Nobody's being pious.
Yes, good. We're all getting along and being politically incorrect, and that's great. What are the limitations of sign?
Why do there have to be limitations?
Because there will be. The hypothetical, philosophical level, aren't those hard to sign?
Or sarcasm. Isn't it hard to do sarcasm because it's about tone of voice, not tone of face?
Sign's very concrete.
But what if you want to say something that isn't concrete?
Sylvia used to interpret, and in the time it takes to say 8 adjectives, she can do 45 in sign.
Oh, that horse shit.
Christopher.
Yeah. I know the hype, but
We don't want to hear what sign can do. We want to hear what it can't.
yes, that's right. Billy, we asked her. Let her speak.
The thing is, sorry, I just feel a bit,
A bit what?
no, I feel a bit disloyal.
Why? You can tell me to piss off. I won't get offended.
I don't care if you do get offended.
Disloyal to whom?
Christopher, stop it.
So what?
You're gonna make her cry.
I'm not gonna make her cry. Last thing I want to do is make her cry.
No, that's okay. You can make me cry.
I'm not trying to make you cry. We're having a conversation. That is what we do in this house.
Ooh, is it me or is it really stressful in here? I mean, it's hot, really hot in here.
Well, I think this calls for a nuit grave.
Dan,
I told you, Dan.
Cigarette.
Not in this house.
Family slang. Everyone in this room is a smoker, apart from Ruth. I'm lighting up. Sylvia, how do you pose a hypothesis in sign?
Like what?
If I smoke this cigarette, my dad will get angry. If my dad asks you any more questions, you would get angry.
You can say if, and then the would is assumed.
Ah, assume.
But if
Well,
you,
the hypothesis is assumed. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because I do words, Sylvia. That is what I do.
He's a slut for words.
And if I were to say that your language is a bit black and white, then that means you are a bit black and white. Because how can you feel a feeling if you don't have a word for it?
deaf people can be more honest.
More honest or more tactless?
Are you asking me whether signing makes you a coarser person because signing is a coarse language? Whether deaf people are emotionally deaf as well? Lack empathy?
No, he's not
Yes, that is
asking
what
that.
he is asking.
Well,
He
then,
is.
I'll be coarse soon. Deaf people can be blunt and direct and tactless, paranoid. It's true, I see it in my parents.
Well done, Dan.
To be honest, you're both being pretty coarse and tactless, Daniel. And Christopher.
Sorry, it upsets me because I'm going deaf and actually you're talking about my family.
I'm sorry. We didn't mean to upset you.
We're really pleased to meet you.
Sorry, I just get really upset still.
Wow, you have this wonderful language.
Yeah. I mean, I bet sign is better than words at high feeling.
Yeah. How do you know what the word love means? What does it mean when you say, I'm in love? Your tulips have opened.
Well, you don't have to pin it down to a word. Jealous, angry, upset, insecure. Sorry.
So, it's kind of like music. It's nonverbal, but it gives you feeling.
Oh, I can't hear music anymore. I recognize that it's music, but I can't understand it. It's just a sort of roaring sound now. It's like laughing or shouting or crying. It all sounds the same, just a sort of roaring.
There's no chance you'll get it back?
No. Who plays?
All of us, apart from Billy.